Hello. Howdy. Oh boy. So yeah, it is another Saturday. It's another great day. There's a couple of stuff I wanted to look at before playing some Halo, but um not much. I'm aware of the shooting that has taken place in Texas and all the fallout with that. And maybe I'll touch upon that a little bit, but I feel like the opinion I will, or the contribution I would be giving in that discussion won't be any different from I feel like a lot of people. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess we can start there. Um, yeah. There isn't much really for me to like dissect. Oh God. Okay. So quite a bit has been going on, as I'm sure many people are aware. Wow, there's a lot of shit to look at. I and I'm not even gonna be like, you know, I'll be honest, like there's a lot about this story for which I am not very privy to. I haven't necessarily followed it super closely as some other people maybe. Um, Let me see if I saw something though that was pretty telling, I think. Yeah, it's this. Okay, I'll put that up. Move that over here. That's interesting. I saw that. Um, okay. So, all right, let's get into it. All right. All right. So, there was a recent school shooting in Texas, and there was this has unfortunately been a very common thing where there's just shootings like every day at this point. And I feel like this is really no surprise given the lax gun laws that exist within the United States, and the culture associated with guns in general. I think it's just been like back to back though, like one after another. So this one that's more recently has been catching more more of the news cycle, and I feel like that's for some good reasons. So I guess we'll get into it here. Let me pull up my face, and then here we go. Great. Oh, amazing. Thank you. Yes. Okay, cool. So we're going to go through a timeline of the massacre. So on Friday, um, Texas Department of Public Safety Director Stephen McGraw laid out the most detailed breakdown of the public has received to date about the horror that unfolded at the elementary school on May 24th and attempted to offer some answers about the way authorities responded. Among the details we know now are that a school officer drove right past the shooter, 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, while Ramos fired at the school. That as many as 19 officers went inside the school more than 45 minutes before the suspect was killed, that the school district police chief decided not to breach the classroom where the shooter was and that a young girl from the class called 911 several times asking the police while authorities were right outside. CNN created a timeline of events. Okay. In the months prior. So in September 2021, the shooter asked his sister to help him buy a gun, and she flatly refused. The shooter was in a group chat on Instagram, and in it, there was a February 28th discussion on the suspect being a school shooter. Okay. On March 1st, the shooter had an Instagram chat with several others in which he discussed buying a gun. 2 days later, there was another group chat in which someone said, word on the street was that the suspect was buying a gun, and the shooter replied, just bought something right now. On March 14th, the shooter wrote in an Instagram post, 10 more days. Another user replied, are you going to shoot up the school or something? The shooter replied, no, and stop asking dumb questions and you'll see. On May 17th and May 20th, the shooter legally purchased 2 AR platform rifles at a local federal firearms licensee, said Texas State Senator John Whitmire, who received a briefing from law enforcement. The shooter also purchased 375 rounds of ammunition on the 18th of May. Okay. He shot his grandmother and left the house. So before going to the school and committing the massacre, a shooter sent a series of chilling text messages to a girl he met online, according to screenshots reviewed by CNN and an interview with the girl. The teen girl, who lives in Germany, said she began chatting with the shooter on the social media app earlier this month. The shooter told her that on Monday he received a package of ammunition. Interesting. Okay. On Tuesday morning, Ramos called her and told her he loved her, she said. He complained about his grandmother being on the phone with AT&T about my phone. It's annoying, he texted. 6 minutes later, at 11:21 a.m., he texted, I just shot my grandma in the head. Seconds later, he said, I'm go shoot up an elementary school right now. Wow. Okay. Suspect began firing outside the school. On Tuesday, May 24th at 11:27 a.m., video shows an exterior door at Robb Elementary School, which is suspected to be where the shooter entered from, was propped open by a teacher, McGraw said during a Friday news conference. At 11:28 a.m., the shooter's vehicle crashes into a ditch near the school. A teacher runs into a room to get a phone and returns to the exit door, which remains propped open, McGraw said. The suspect jumps out from the passenger side of the truck with a rifle and a bag, which officials later discovered was ammunition. 2 witnesses, meanwhile, who were at a funeral home across the street from the school, hear the crash and go to see what happened. The suspect begins firing at them, and they ran away. At 11:30 a.m., a teacher reemerges in a panic and apparently called 911. In a separate statement, the U.S. Marshals Services said it received a call for assistance at 11:30 a.m. from the police department. Okay. A minute later, at 11:31 a.m., the suspect reaches the last row of vehicles at the school parking lot and begins shooting at the school. Patrol vehicles begin to arrive at the funeral home. There was no school resource officer that confronted the suspect outside school, as officials had previously described, McGraw said. A school resource officer was not on scene but heard the 911 call about a man with a gun, drove to the area, and sped to the back of the school to a person he thought was the suspect but was actually a teacher. Okay. So the first officers entered the school more than an hour before the shooter was killed. So the shooter enters the school and begins shooting into a classroom at 11:33 a.m., which is connected to a second class. He shot at least 100 rounds. Okay. 2 minutes later, at 11:35, 3 Uvalde Police Department officers entered through the same door as the suspect. Another 3 Uvalde police officers and the county sheriff follow. So there's 7 officers in total on the scene. The 3 initial officers went directly to the went directly to the classroom, which was closed, and 2 received grazing wounds from the shooter. Awesome. Okay. A source close to the teacher Yeah, okay. So we can skip some of this. Okay, so at a 43, the elementary school announced on Facebook that it's in lockdown due to gunshots in the area. Okay. All right. A young girl from inside one of the adjoining classrooms calls 911, identifies herself and whispers the classroom she is in. The call lasted a minute and 23 seconds. She calls back several minutes later and says multiple people are dead. First, so that's at 12:03. 12:10. First group of deputy U.S. Marshals arrive at the scene to assist federal, state, and local law enforcement already at the scene. The girl calls 911 again at 12:13. Members of the Border Control Tactical Unit arrive at the scene at 12:15. So when they arrived, the officer in charge of the situation had already made the determination that it was a barricaded subject situation. A source familiar with the situation said. The team then waited, not breaching the classroom where the shooter was holed up, until nearly 40 minutes later. McGraw said the person who made the decision was the school district police chief, calling it the wrong decision not to engage with the government sooner. Now, I'm not sure if this statement specifically was made after the fact or if this was something expressed in the moment. So at 12:17, they announced on Facebook that there is an active shooter at the school. Okay. So at 12:16, the girl calls 911 again and tells dispatchers there are 8 to 9 students alive. Another person calls 911 from one of the two classrooms and hangs up when another student tells her to. The suspect fires again. He was believed to be at the door at 12:21 p.m. And then law enforcement moved down the hallway. Three shots fired are heard from another 911 call made at 12:21. 12:36, the initial student who called 911 calls again. It is told to be very quiet and tells dispatchers he shot the door. The call lasted 21 seconds. At 12:43, the young girl asked dispatchers to please send the police now. 12:47, the student asked for police again. A minute earlier, she had said she could hear the police next door. At 12:50, law enforcement breached the locked classroom door using keys from a janitor. They shoot and kill the suspect. 12:51, through the young girl's 911 call, there are loud noises and officers can be heard moving children out of the room. The child goes outside and and the call cuts off. Okay. The suspect purchased and had a total of that much. Okay, so a lot. Okay. So then that's the timeline that we got. I don't know when this was last updated. I guess I should have found that out before. This shouldn't have been that long ago. Saturday? Oh, alright, so not too long. So, yeah. What the fudge? Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's those 911 calls, which are, I think that this is, yeah, this is basically like kind of what I've read already. So we don't have to look at that or even this again. So that is the timeline of what happened. So basically, the police were waiting and made the wrong decision, as I suppose even themselves have stated, insofar as they weren't like breaching the school is sooner rather than later. So Texas governor, this is from NBC News 2 days ago. Texas governor says the school shooter had a mental health challenge and the state needed to do a better job with mental health. But in April, he slashed $211 million from the department that oversees mental health programs. So I feel like this kind of goes to show that this is what I just read here is basically verbatim a politician lying through their teeth, because they said the mental health, they say like it's a mental health challenge, right? But at the same time, Republicans are the ones um, who are, or in this case specifically him, but like they are the ones who are slashing and defunding mental health services. So they don't give a fuck about mental health. They don't care about fixing the actual problem, the root cause, apparently, to even within their own framework. They don't care about actually solving the issue. Um, all they care about is just making the ubiquity of and the accessibility of firearms more prevalent, I guess. Like they don't actually care about mental health. Um, this is obviously an excuse. Is it a way to obfuscate from passing legislation that would juxtapose the goals of the NRA, which we'll get to also in a second. But like they, yeah, I mean, like they can't like pass legislation because at the end of the day, these politicians are bought by like the ones that are pro-gun are bought by the NRA, and I guess other like subsidiaries or whatever that are affiliated with the NRA. But like saying copying this out as like a mental health problem is a way to obfuscate from the more efficacious policies that mitigate the risk for gun violence, such as like universal background checks and like the loophole with the firearms shit. And there's other policies that could be pursued that would decrease the amount of that would decrease the potential for firearm homicides, but politicians like Abbott and other Republicans who are bought by the NRA will pin it on mental health and will say that limiting the accessibility to guns isn't the answer because the answer is truly mental health. Now, if that were the case, which I'm sure to some extent it is, but if that is the case, these people within their own framework are doing a terrible job at that because evidently the conservatives, such as this Texas governor, are defunding mental health programs. So you can't have both happening at the same time. You either have to increase funding for mental health programs so as to prevent tragedies like this from taking place again, or you decrease the accessibility to firearms. Personally, I am of the opinion that we should do both. There's really no good reason not to. But these people, it's really interesting actually because like conservatives are very interested in maximizing harm. It's actually kind of amazing because like they want to make firearms more ubiquitous, be very laissez-faire about it, but also they don't want to address the mental health component associated with the predisposition for people that commit atrocities like this. So like in other words, they are in favor of everything that is bad and are against anything that is good. So even like common sense gun laws that like universal background checks, they're not even in favor of that. So it's very telling and obvious to me at least that like this whole it's a mental health thing is just an excuse. Because I mean we see it here. They consistently will defund mental health services, and you can't say that this is a mental health issue while also doing the opposite thing to actually address it. Because at that point you're giving the game away and you're basically saying that you don't actually care if there's mass shootings like this. So that's something that's pretty obvious to me. And we had Lauren Boebert, or Boebert, or whatever the fuck you say her name is, making a really stupid analogy. So we will hear her out on this. She said that when 9/11 happened, we didn't ban planes, of course, in reference to the mass shooting that took place recently.
Sandy Cortez tweeting at me, but she hasn't taken up my offer to actually meet and work together. And of course, we saw Beto acted like a total jerk and tried to use the deaths of these children as a prop to advance his political candidacy. When 9/11 happened, we didn't ban planes, we secured the cockpit. And of course, Sandy Cortez tweeting at me, but she hasn't taken up my offer to
All right.
actually.
So, wait, why did she say Andy Cortez? Does she mean like Alexandria Cortez? Also, okay, so there's multiple layers to this that it's actually so dumb that like I need to break it down. So, so first off, when 9/11 happened, I feel like we can't compare these two things. So, in fact, I actually even made like a tweet to this because it was like so stupid. So like, all right, so like after 9/11, for example, like we didn't like there was already like a ramp up in security with airports. There was like airport security was increased in response to 9/11. And I feel like some of the practices that were put in place at that time in response to 9/11 still happen today. But also like the accessibility to like of controlling like an airplane is not at all like the same as a gun. Um, this is ridiculous. Guns are very ubiquitous. They are easily accessible, and like going onto a plane, hijacking it, it's even back but pre 9/11. Like that was way more difficult than it is to like just purchase a firearm. So strike two. Strike three is that guns, I would argue, are more dangerous than planes. Now, of course, that the potential for harm from planes, I feel like, is on average greater. But overall, if we're looking at numbers and deaths and all that, people die more often from guns than planes. Guns are designed to kill things. So I think that this is a really, really disingenuous analogy. And I mean, this last point I didn't really wasn't actually that great, but like I think that like they serve different purposes, like planes and guns. So like planes transport people, and they are integral to the economy, and guns are meant for hunting and killing stuff. Um, some people collect guns and they don't even use them, which is, I guess, a thing. But like at the fundamental level, the functionality of a gun is to kill stuff. Um, uh, and for planes, it's to transport people. Like this is such a dumbass fucking analogy. And me breaking it down to this extent, I feel like, I mean, it's probably unnecessary, but at the same time, I do want to do it just for the sake of, doing due diligence for responding to people, because there are people who actually believe like this is like somehow compelling. I mean, I've seen some people on like Facebook believing this. So yeah, this really fucking stupid. But yeah, like at the end of the day here, we are consistently as a country coming back to the same arguments. That is being like about gun control. I don't know how many mass shootings. I don't think there is a number to that it's going to eventually tip conservatives into actually like wanting to pass legislation. I don't think I don't care. I don't think anything's gonna move these people over. I mean, there could be 100 children in an elementary school shot up, and they still wouldn't pass any gun control. I don't think anything will move these people over. I think and the main reason for that is by virtue of them receiving funding from the NRA. I mean, it doesn't matter. They'll absorb the optics, like the optics hit of like someone going into a place and shooting it up. They'll absorb the optics of that with respect to gun control, and that's that. They just roll with the punches. They are unnerved by the fact that people are getting slaughtered in this country from guns. They don't give a fuck. It's just, to them, it's really just about making money. Like I said, it doesn't matter if like 100 children die. It doesn't matter if 1,000 children die. To them, it's all about making money. So they don't give a fuck. So I mean, this is the facts. Like they don't. It's to them the priority isn't to make the world a better place. It's just to be making money, so that way their personal lives are more comfortable. Having money, having power, just like what normal narcissistic psychopaths are. I mean that's where we're at right now. So um, yeah, I don't really have any more to add to that hasn't already been addressed by many others. I just think that a lot of people, I mean, we just need gun control. It's really simple, like, um, universal background checks and the gun, maybe a gun buyback program. I mean, there's multiple policies out there that could be beneficial, but like, you know, at the end of the day, anything is better than where we're at right now. We will continue to see this pattern taking place because the United States is very laissez-faire with their gun regulations, and um, generally speaking, I think politicians, right-wing politicians, are very indifferent. I think would be the most generous way of putting it towards human life, and as such, I mean, it doesn't matter if people die. It does not matter to them. So I mean, we really got to subvert um, this lobbying from the NRA because they are really taking it like they are really influencing Republicans. Um, it's not even just like about the money, I guess. Also, because I think there's a cultural oh my god, fetishization with like guns in this country. And in fact, I think the NRA had like a. I think that yeah. Wait, is this it? Yeah, so the NRA had a convention. Uh, they had a convention the other day. Actually, I'm not even going to go into it. Basically, they had a convention the other day, and it was just there's a lot of protesting, and yeah. So, what the main takeaway from this is that we need to pass gun legislation. Pretty simple. Also, we need to sort of I don't really know how to do this necessarily, but we need to sort of like stop fetishizing like guns because I mean, let's be real, like so many people are like obsessed with guns, and there's nothing wrong with being with liking something, but I think that the societal contribution for that fetishization can potentially lead us down a path where people who are more radicalized through right-wing populism or whatever will will be able to or will feel like they need to take out their ideological aggression towards other people or minority groups, like was the case for the Buffalo shooter. Um, and yeah, I mean, like I don't know, I just feel like the first step, like the bare bones, step one is to pass universal background checks. That should have been passed honestly, like in the '90s, if we're being frank. But will that happen? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if it's going to happen in my lifetime. Maybe it will, but it's fucking wild that something as like obvious as like universal background checks is really controversial. Um, I don't know. I mean, like I said, like they're bought and sold from the NRA, but there's a lot of voters out there that also are against universal background checks. I think part of that probably can be attributed to like Fox News propaganda, and that is a vicious cycle because people become uninformed about or ill-informed about the efficaciousness of gun control. So with all that, pretty fucking crazy that again that this is controversial, like just passing gun regulations. But honestly, if someone going into an elementary school and killing people or attempting to at the very least doesn't move this country or radicalize this country into passing common sense gun reform, then I'm not really sure what will. All right. Well, that was the more serious note for today. Um, I have yeah. So anyway, moving on to a more lighthearted thing. I have recently um been perusing a subreddit called IdiotsInCars, and it's pretty fucking entertaining. This one was recently uploaded. I haven't seen it. Um, but like we'll I guess we'll look at it maybe a little bit. Wild chase in Paris, France after a woman hits a man and runs. Amazing. Oh my god, this is 4.5 minutes. You can barely see it.
Ah, fais chier! C'est bon.
Wow. Wait, is this like fast forward or is he actually going that fast?
Désolé le feu rouge, désolé. Ah là 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 là!
Phew! God. Wow. Why do people do that?
Faut la calmer, faut la calmer, faut la calmer, faut la calmer. Eh, 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 eh. Arrête-toi, 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 arrête-toi. Arrête-toi. Ça va aller, stop, stop. Faut arrêter, faut arrêter. Faut arrêter. Éteins. Éteins, éteins. Ah! Oh la pute! Ah! VR 966 MG.
I mean, he could have just got her license plate and reported it, right? Also, he has the evidence on camera.
Monsieur, monsieur, il y a une voiture qui vient d'écraser quelqu'un et là elle essaye de s'échapper. C'est la... C'est une Clio. Non, non, non.
Wow. What are the odds he ran into like a police though?
Là, 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 là. Oh là 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 là.
Oh, what a vigilante. Even my dog's getting excited.
Oh putain.
Do they really need to pull their guns on this person? Also, is this guy dressed as Santa Claus?
Ouais, j'ai essayé de la calmer et faire ça parce que.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle a elle là?
Déjà, elle l'a pas vu, celui-là qu'elle a. Mais après. Ouais, le pare-brise, elle est éclatée.
I don't know why my dog's barking up.
Non, non, c'est quelqu'un rue de Rivoli qui traversait le passage piéton. Et Ah ouais, ouais, il a volé, regardez le pare-brise.
Wow.
Ah,
Well, this is just one of the many videos to enjoy, I suppose, from this
ah.
subreddit. Because I was looking at it recently as well. There's just so much content. Good lord. Oh wait, this one's pretty short. Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you. Hey. Hold on, I gotta... I can't get copyrighted from Pearl Jam, okay? This was... Oh, running stop sign. Okay. I don't know, this is just funny to watch, to me. As a, work-from-home person, this is, something that I do not miss. Ooh. I yeah, I like to avoid driving if I can. That's pretty fucking wild. Was there a stop sign? Oh, that person. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Interesting. Okay. A lot of people just like not running stop signs. Or running stop signs, my bad. Wait, hold on.
My goodness.
Oh yeah, I always hate this shit too.
My goodness.
Whenever I'm driving down to see my mom, because she lives in another state, but like when I'm driving to go see her, and like there's like traffic backed up like this, I'm always like afraid like there's gonna be someone who like cuts me off like that, because you never know what to expect from people. Oh, is there sound? Nope. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, yikes. Okay. Uh, no, I don't want to get copied. Right-eyed. Oh my god. See, like, that's like my biggest fear. Like, some random ass person merging into me. I always, whenever I like, oh man. I, like, anytime I'm about, like, for example, if I'm gonna merge, I make sure no one's in any lane next to me. Like, even lanes that I'm not merging into. Oh yeah, and this is another thing. When you do like long drives, like I apparently, I do long drives all the time, but like whenever you do like long drives on the interstate or whatever, like people and it's backed up, people will do stupid shit where they try to like use this emergency lane to get to cut you off. Okay, I don't really know what happened there. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Don't be really no kids on
Going 70.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, a lot of these are pretty. I think that this is pretty common. Okay. Oh yeah, I love when people like stop in an intersection. Oh God. Yeah, I mean, there's not much for me to say. It's just kind of. You know what we need in this country? We need roundabouts. Okay, roundabouts are based as fuck. Okay. Yeah, we need like roundabouts, dude, because like they're more efficient and they're safer. So like win-win, right? I think they save and they're cheaper because like there's less because if there's less accidents then there's less money for you to be spending through insurance. Oh my god. Why how do people like some of these people like how do they even have like licenses? It's wild. Yeah, that's why I never like when there's like that solid yellow line, like I never try to do that risky thing where you pass someone in front of you who's going slow. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, I think you guys get a sense of kind of like how this is. Wow. Oh yeah, and another thing that's annoying is when people have shit in their back trunk and stuff is not secured properly. That's some high quality 4K. Oh my god. I can relate so much though. Not because I do it, because I see it all the time when I used to drive downtown. I had to um yeah, like I drove downtown to go to school or to go to college. People would always do those late exit bullshit thing. It was like really annoying. People are so fucking weird. All right, I think we got enough of this for now. Oh my god. Yeah, but hey, look, the long and short of it is that don't drive. Just basically that simple. If you want to avoid car accidents, just don't drive. Stay home. Have everything delivered through Uber. through DoorDash, whatever the case may be, you'll never have to worry about getting into a car accident. Or you could take the train, maybe. Yeah, so with that being said, I am going to be right back. I'm going to go take my dogs out to go bathroom, and then we'll play some Halo when I get back, so hang tight. Alright. So, yeah, let me pull up when I'm gonna pull up. Alright, so we'll play some Halo. And I'll lower that down. There we go. Actually. Okay. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Well, yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing much more that I would have wanted to talk about. Whoa. Okay, cool. Oh, wow, there's updates? Alright. Alright. And then let me pull me up. Deactivate that. Hopefully that shows for you guys in a moment. If not, I will fix that. Just 1 second. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Actually, let me go here. Audio. Alright, so we should be Gucci. In fact, actually, yeah, that's fine. Alright. Alright, so we'll play some Halo and J Chill. It's been a while, and by that I mean like less than a week. I don't know why no one tries to get the root. Oh, didn't work. Damn it. Not my boy. Oh, wow. Okay. And they spawn right on the sniper. Awesome. Alright. I feel like I shot like 100 bullets and they are still chucking away here. Alright, that could be of great value. Oh, he's got him. Yeah, there you go. Too good. Okay. I'm actually doing I'm doing like bad, but I guess not super bad, right? That was a good bounce. How did I wait? Did I miss like every one? Because that's almost impressive, actually. Huh. It's all good though. Whoops. Ah, juggling shit. Well, aren't I a lucky duck? Well, I'm playing checkers. He's playing chess, I guess. Sorry if you can hear my dogs. Thought I got him. Whoa. Now we're cooking. My team is doing pretty well. That's so bullshit. Where are they? Alright, this is way too dangerous. No one took this grenade. Okay. Kind of got lucky. Oh, damn it. I was going to be able to get that. Did we lose? Yeah, we lost. Well, that's all good. Oh.